Well, how's it going, friends? Good Saturday afternoon or evening, depending on where you're at. Um, y'all are up for a fun stream, as it is every time we have a draft stream. I already see a lot of hype in the chat, and I believe there's a watch party. We haven't had a draft in a while where there's a watch party in the rookie Discord. So shout out to the people in the watch party. Um, you guys are going to be up for a good one because I can tell you, pre-stream in the green room, these GMs are they're itching to talk about their picks. So we will not go we won't hold up too long, but we do have how let me take a look. Let's look at this attendance list. We got four GMs in the room currently. In no particular order, aka whatever order Discord gives it to me in. Um, Start off with the Hepcats. Dag, how's it going?
Good. I'm happy to be here because JJ couldn't.
Following up with Dag, we will move on to the Flamingos LP. How goes it?
Good, especially better now that there's extra cheese in the chat with me and Dag. So a couple of Wisconsinites doing our best business here. Very
Yeah, right.
excited as always.
Well, I hope y'all brought the cheddar. And following that up, this feels weird speaking in past tense. My former co-GM buddy, still GM of the Swifties, my good friend T Stoles. How's it going?
Pretty good. Definitely an exciting draft class and should be a pretty exciting draft. I just got home from a little shopping trip and made it just in time.
You know what? Early is on time. And last but not least, since I'm assuming Bazooka Joe is in an quote unquote office somewhere, Punk, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
I,
Excited to finally be up here with the draft so everybody can find out where they're going.
I'm just glad at least one person picked up that reference.
What are you talking about? His golden throne?
Yeah, The Office, where all the magic happens.
Porcelain office, yeah. Where all of the Bears draft decisions are made.
True.
It is, yes.
Or really just any Bears decision.
On the clock and on the pot.
Speaking of on the clock, your draft order for at least our first round this evening. And without any further ado, because I know everybody wants to know who is the number one overall pick. That pick going to the Louisville Lemurs is Phenomenon starting pitcher Bauer is your number one overall pick. And yes, it was a trade. There are no trade slides in the. I will tell you, there's no trade slides in our presentation this evening. But yes, it was acquired via trade. A quote from the Lemurs: "Regardless of his constant bouts of emesis, we felt Phenomenon and their user Bauer could help replace the three recreate starters we lost this offseason. We weren't sure that they would fall to us at number three, and since we had an additional third round pick, we made the trade with the Bears. Since the Bears GMs are better than I am, they also got an additional season 50 fourth rounder as well. Even though that made me want to throw up like Bauer, we're beyond thrilled to have Femini top our rotation for the next few seasons. So, congrats, Bauer, going number one overall to the Louisville Lemurs. As we head to number two, and my buddy T Stoles.
Yeah, so this is a interesting position for the State College Swifties. Nate, trying to think about the years. Yeah, 9 seasons ago, coming off a year where we had the first overall pick and picking an ultimately bust starting pitcher from stun bum to always a bummus. We also had an early pick the following year, which then we used on a great outfielder in Maple Dogwood. We kind of kept up that trend with the outfielder we're selecting second overall. J.C. Tomlin, Knifey Man 87. Just one of the best active prospects from that rookie Discord, a user who looks passionate about the PBE, and we're excited to bring them into the Swift Steeds. We think they're going to be a great addition to our locker room, and we hope that they can continue their journalist endeavors on media throughout the course of the season as the Swift Steeds try to keep the tides of history going, because after we drafted Dogwood, we won the title. But naturally, we'll probably get the first overall pick with how the Simluck is.
Oh, big baseball. Congratulations, Knifey, JC Tomlin, going to the Swifties at
The
number
render's close
2.
to your heart there, Naz.
Yeah, I sold my soul like a neek, and it kind of worked out. It kind of.
I was more so just referring to Jason Worth as a Philly,
That's what closer is indeed.
See, listen, it's supposed to be Jason Worth from the Phillies era. I did learn that from Prospect League. I could not tell if this was Phillies Jason Worth in the render or if it was Nationals Jason Worth in the render. I'll ask Ricer after the stream. He'll know. But we go to number 3 and Punk.
Again, we had the number 1 pick, and then we put it on the block and tried to see if we could trade anything, just because we knew that there was a handful of people that could help. So with our number 3 pick, we went with Hercules Mulligan, which is Plague's recreate. Plague was one of the original creators of the Bears, along with Jab. So when we saw that he had recreated, he was definitely near the top of our list, just to bring him back into the fold. And then the fact that we had 3 starting pitchers get called up, we definitely knew we needed a starting pitcher. So we're excited to have Hercules, and hopefully he can lift our rotation this season, and just having Plague back home. Um, Ultimately, though, we just made this pick so we can have pictures of Winston in our Discord again. So that's what it really comes down to.
Congratulations, Plague, going number 3 overall to the Bears. As we get to number 4 and the Amarillo Armadillos, the Dillos at number 4 select Ozzy Boudreau, shortstop user Ozzy B. A quote from the Dillos. With Razmataz Buckshank going up to Buffalo this season, one of the first positions we wanted to target in this draft was shortstop. Luckily, Ozzy fell to us here, somebody who was a great person to chat with and has always been super active around the league. Dillo. So, welcome to the Armadillos, Ozzy B, number 4 overall to the Armadillos. And that takes us to number 5 and the Firehawks. With that 5th overall pick, the Firehawks select Anthony Joy, catcher, user T. Watt Barton. I unfortunately do not have a quote from the Firehawks, but I will say I know he's in the watch party. Congrats, Anthony and Joy, for making it to the Firehawks at number 5 overall. I know I will be a fan watching, seeing how your career plays out. But congratulations. As we go to number 6 and the Chicago Kingpins, with that 6th overall pick, they will select. Ooh, they will select. There we go. Big Cheech, third base, the AJ Calvillo. A quote from the Kingpins. I think this is probably one of the best drafts that I've had the joy of scouting. And given that in any normal draft, I would think users like Big Cheech end up going within the top 2. So we're absolutely thrilled with this selection. We love talking to them, and we're really excited to have them on board. So congratulations. Also, you can never not be unhappy when you see a Bartolo Colon render.
Big
Just
sexy.
just
I
my
got
personal opinion.
I gotta interrupt here for Powenstein. I was talking with them throughout trade negotiations and things. You'll see, because there's no trade slides, there's a mid-round swap of picks with us, but the Kingpins lost a lot of players. They're looking to get some new, fresh, active blood into their locker room, and I think AJ Cavillo just fits the mold perfectly. Really fun user from the Prospect League, and Chicago's got a good one in Big Cheech.
So, did Stonathan become the new GM in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm usurping Pal. That's the breaking news,
You know
everyone.
what's crazy,
Oh.
Stun, is I see Powell online actively elsewhere, and he's choosing not to be here. So, all you Chicago
See,
fans out there, just think of
that's
that.
that's why I've taken the job from Pal, and Anik is officially back in State College. That is the breaking news.
Wait, hold on. I thought Anik was in Louisville. I saw him wearing their T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean that's very true.
He's just there.
I see Pal in the chat.
It Powell's in the chat, but actively choosing not to be in this voice call. So, just kind of wild.
Yeah, Pal,
Big
put
Cheech
that.
might want to already start to try to get out of there.
Pal, you can put that in your next wrestling pipe bomb media post.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know, Pal
Meanwhile,
does a lot of those posts as well. Let's actually continue with the draft. For the real
Congrats, Big
reason we're
Cheech.
here.
Congrats.
we still got 4/5 of the
Got
draft to go. Save some content for later. But speaking of the Mingo Mingos LP, y'all had the. Could this be lucky number 7?
That's the hope. Yeah, as I continue to somehow lose co-GMs by the dozens. Anik said that he is tired of working with me and quit. So I'm on to my 5th co-GM, who also then decided his player didn't need to be a Flamingo. So I needed we had a lot of people that we needed. This was kind of the first season that we knew was coming of our core from the last few seasons disappearing, with Southworth and Figgy kind of leading those two spots in center field and shortstop. And this was a pick that I always tend to let my new co-GMs the first draft, let them do the picking here. And honestly, this was kind of a pick that Southworth saved, I think, the draft with us, because I was kind of at a loss for words, as every single player except Bauer I'm like, oh yeah, this is a dude I scouted, and I think this would be amazing. And then they all went before us. I think it's just kind of how amazingly stacked that this draft class has been so far. But without further ado, the pick that we ended up going with here is going to be Parky, the user Parky here, Chef Gagne center fielder. And I know Southworth had a really good conversation with him, and as kind of just looking around at everything he's done on the site and everything so far for rookies, always seem to pick it up very quickly, which has been very nice. But yeah, just another center field that kind of fell right into our laps of a very good position of need, and a user that Southworth that was kind of ranting and raving about. So excited to get him on the team. Parky, excited to have you.
With the number 8 overall pick, the Amarillo Armadillos select Jeff Hopkins, catcher, Hoppy75. Congrats, Hoppy. You are now a Dillo. A quote from the Dillos: "This pick was the final part of last year's deal with Kansas City, and it was the perfect time for us to grab Hopkins. Hoppy is an established user at a premium position, and we're super excited to welcome him to Amarillo." So congrats, Hoppy, for being drafted to the Dillos. And our yeah, go for it.
I'll say on that, like on the trade that we made, that was the deal that got us Person Man last season. They got our first this year, and I'm not all upset that they took one of my favorite users in the league, but I'll live.
That's the thing with trades. You never know what could, especially with draft picks. You never know what that draft pick could result in later on after you do the trade. So I feel that. Our final pick of the first round is going to go to the Anchorage Wheelers, and with that pick, they will select Joe Random, relief pitcher, user freshman forever. A quote from the Wheelers: "With our closer from last season leaving, getting another pitcher to fill in his shoes was the number one need. Luckily for us, most GMs don't know ball and let a future reliever of the year fall to us. Fat Joe will be the featured arm out of an elite bullpen for years to come. So, congratulations, Joe Random, going to the Anchorage Wheelers. And that is your first round here in the season 48 draft. As we head on over to the second round, and with number 10, we have the Bears and Punk.
Yeah, all my stuff just crashed. Hold on one second. All right, so with the number 10 pick in the draft, the Bears, we ended up having 9 players called up to the major leagues this season, so we kind of had a lot of positions and places to fill on the field. And so this pick we went with second baseman Jerry Mander, which is Stormhound. And with Stormhound, they're one of the many Season 49 users that have been super excited, super into everything that's in the current server, the rookies, and just been pairing up everything with some media and some other stuff and Twitch streams and everything. So we're excited to bring him in and bring that energy into the Bears locker room to replace some of what we've lost. And he's going to be in charge of our offensive maps for this season. Another thing too, he was interviewed earlier this afternoon before the draft, and he gave a quote. He said, "I'm just truly fortunate to be here, be chosen, to do my absolute best, and whatever city slash GMs gladly take me, and hopefully my teammates are glad to have me on their squad also." So we're extremely excited to bring in Jerry Mander.
Congratulations, Stormhound, number 10 overall to the Bears. T. Stoles, number 11 for the Swifties.
Yeah, so we had 2 early picks, and with how many good users there were in this draft, we were surprised to see one of the best players on the board at their respective position fall this far. But we're going to be able to land a data expert at number 11 with Maurice Bernard. Wiggly was recruited by my majors GM Fetty, and well, Wiggly has definitely been living up to the praise from Fetty. Actually, I didn't even ask Fetty about the prospect, funny enough, but I had a great conversation with Wiggly, and they're going to be another piece of a Swift Steeds rotation that historically has found some struggles. Weirdly enough, Hummus was one of our best pitchers last year, and if you're new to the PBE, you should know that a lot of Hummus's players are not very good. So that should tell you that our rotation wasn't super good. Hopefully, Bernard is going to have some good sim luck as they get started with the Swift Steeds this season, and we're excited to bring them aboard.
Congrats, Wiggly, on joining the Swifties. Hopefully, you brought some Febreze because word on the street is the pitcher room is a little stinky. Just giving you a heads up. We head to number 12 and back to Louisville and the Lemurs. And at number 12, they will select a name that I've been loving to say the last 2 weeks. It's a me, Mio. Second base user Mio. A quote from the Lemurs. We had an unexpected call up of our shortstop. And when I looked at what was available in the draft, I saw what many others also saw, that It's a Me Mio would make a phenomenal shortstop. Luckily, Mio is my majors GM, and I was able to talk to them, and they agreed to help us out and play shortstop for the Lemurs if we drafted them. So we did. Great user in person, and It's a Me will be a great addition to the Lemurs. So congratulations, Mio, heading to Louisville at number 12. And we head back to Texas and the Amarillo Armadillos. And at number 13, the Dillos select Xavier Pruitt, starting pitcher, JD Recker 7. A quote from Amarillo: "For our second round pick, we've decided to lock down our first pitcher of the draft in Xavier Pruitt. Recker is another established user, a member of head office, and a chill person. we're happy he managed to fall to us here at 13 overall. So congratulations, JD, heading to Amarillo and the Dillos.
I think another mention, just really quickly, how deep the draft class is. A user like JD falling this far is crazy. It just shows how strong this class is, because I think in most other classes, JD's a top 10 pick easy, maybe even borderline top 5. So many good young players, and that's what makes JD a very good steal at 13 for the Dillos.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. This has been a very fun class, and there's still a lot. And there's still more. There's still more. We're just getting started. It feels like too. Um, as we head to number 14 and the Firehawks, and with number 14, they will select Dirk's Kryptonite, which shortstop Caleb H. This is a GM pick. So no quote for this pick either. So Dirk's Kryptonite is your 14th overall pick to California. And we head to number 15 and the Kingpins with that 15th overall pick. They will select Handy Manny, center field, user S Gold 2097. A quote from Chicago: we obviously have a real lack of actual active players in our hitting core, so that we made a huge effort to really try and turn that around in this draft. And we honestly had about a near first round grade on Manny, so to have the chance to snag at 15 all the way down in the second was awesome. Our center fielder of the future, glad to have them aboard. So, welcome to the Kingpins, Handy Manny at 15 overall. And now we go to LP and the Flamingos.
So I had mentioned that center field and shortstop were huge openings for us, and as his parting gift to us, Anik decided that he can go back to shortstop instead of being third base again. So that really kind of made these two picks almost instant lock-ins for Southworth and I as they came up. To the point of we honestly were debating taking the same person at 16 that we ended up taking at 18. But the person we ended up taking here at 16 is a recreate by the name of Mr. PP Paul 317 Pierre Phillip. It got to the point of, I tend to be one who loves taking the new users and just cultivating a locker room of like a bunch of new folks and getting them into the league. But at this point of the draft, when you're having folks like Paul fall this far, it's kind of hard to pass up. So I'm super excited to get this kind of user who's been around the league much longer than I have around. So super excited to have him as a Flamingo and get him on the team.
Congratulations, Pierre Phillip, number 16 overall to the Flamingos. And now 17 overall, just been chilling in the background for most of the stream so far. Dag, you're finally up.
Finally, wow. All right. This is my first time doing this. I'm gonna try not to mess it up. With the ninth, with the 17th pick, in the S48 minors draft, the Kansas City Cats will select Jazzy Thompson, who is a second baseman, user JJ2416. I don't like this guy. None of us liked him, but we had to pick him. There you go.
There's definitely a reach.
You worked so hard on that description. Very proud of you. It's another GM pick, just for those who aren't aware. But yes, I shouldn't. I gotta be careful what I say. He's technically my boss, kind of. Also gives me a little segue to say, don't forget marbles tomorrow. Just saying. Number 18 overall, Flamingos and Lord Parkwad.
So this was like I said, this was the other one that it got to a point of we were like hoping that one of them would fall to 16. And then the fact that I remembered, oh wait, 17 really doesn't exist because Kansas City's in a little bit of a jam. They have to take somebody. But no, the next person that we ended up picking here is good old Mr. Surreal I guess you put the 5 in there instead of an S, but Biff Slamus, excuse me. It's another recreate that at this point of the draft, we were kind of excited to be able to get two solid picks here in the back half of the second round. And as it's already been said, this is a very stacked class that there was a few different options that we were thinking of going here. But then having the fact that basically the two we wanted fell to us at the bottom half of the second is kind of crazy. So super excited to have once again another fantastic recreate here in the PVE join us in Florida.
Congratulations, Surreal. See you also in chat. Yeah, Biff. Biff. Is a Mingo, and that closes out your second round for the S48 Minor League Draft. And as quickly as we get through that second round, oh my goodness, we're to the third round already. And Punk.
With this third round pick again, we were trying to look for more pitching, more hitting, just seeing what was there. And again, with how stacked this draft was, top to bottom, a lot of the picks we kind of had no clue what way anybody was going to go. So basically, every time it was like, all right, here's our 5 people. Hopefully, we get one of them. And with this one, we had kept putting it off. We wanted to make the pick maybe around 10, but we needed a batter, but he was still there. And so at number 19, we went with Joey Moose Jr., Joe the Jester, relief pitcher. He's the New York GM along with Enoch. And me and LP were there with him for most of our first player's career. So I know Joe pretty well, and we're excited to bring him into the team. And he definitely should be able to help and keep people, a little bit more excited, knowing some of the back end stuff that we all do. And the only problem is we almost put him on our do not draft list because he does not know how to eat cereal correctly. He ends up pouring his milk into the bowl first and then the cereal,
I
which
don't
is
know why that
definitely
wasn't a D&D for you.
it.
It was for me. That's why I didn't want to touch him.
I know, and that's why it was so close. But at the very last moment, we're like, all right, well, I guess we're gonna have to do this. So welcome aboard, Joe. Hopefully, we can break you of that dirty habit.
Did he mention what his favorite cereal was while y'all were talking about that, or did y'all not get that far?
He said he likes to get like wheat, like big old chunks of wheat from England, but then break it up and then just eat that by itself, and then drinks the milk to make it go down.
All right, I'm more of
This
a
has been like a 2 year, a real life 2 year long thing because it was
That's
one of the
literally
questions
one of the
today.
first things I can remember talking about in the New York locker room when I got drafted. Yeah, 2 years ago.
I mean, I'm more of a honey bunches of oats person, but sure, wheat works out too. We we head to number 20 overall, and the Kingpins with that 20th overall pick, they will select Baby Ruth, first base user MC Rev 73 from the Kingpins. As I touched on before about our real lack of substantive hitting, we have had a hole at first base for a rather long time, and we had really liked MC Rev. And I guess our destinies aligned or something because he fell right into our lap at 20. Hopefully, he'll be our big bat of the future. Excited to have him on our squad. So, congrats, MC Rev 73, heading to Chicago. And we head back to Punk at number 21.
So this is one of the picks that we got from sliding down from the number 1 spot at the beginning of this draft. So with this pick, number 21, we drafted Mose Catos, which is Canadan, and he comes to us from the MLR as a GM there and also a member of the MLN. So we're excited to see what kind of knowledge he can bring to his team building and different things from a different league, just to see what works, what doesn't work, and adding Scato's power bat to our lineup. Hopefully, it'll jumpstart our offense. And if you want to get a little bit crazy, you can go to your bathroom and say Mose Catos 3 times fast in the mirror if you want.
Or I'll just go with what Plague says and say we got Mo Bears. That
I mean,
might be
that also
a little
works.
bit better. 22 overall. We go
Hello.
to Amarillo and Zodiac. Right on time, Zodiac.
Wild Zodiac has appeared.
Yeah, I'm a bad user and missed like the first 40 minutes and didn't get to announce those picks, but I'm here now.
Well, you are right on time. We're at 22 overall here in the third round.
All right. With this pick, we decided to head back to the well for pitching, and we ended up taking Alessio, user Troller Tommy. This is someone that we talked to, and we really liked our conversation with him. Think he's going to be a great locker room fit. User who took kind of a hiatus from the PBE for a while, so we're really excited that he gave the league another chance. We're really excited he's going to be giving it a chance in Amarillo.
Congratulations, Troller Tommy, heading to the Dillos at number 22 as we head to number 23 overall and the California Firehawks. With that 23rd overall pick, they will select Sigmeyer of Katarina, relief pitcher, user Muford. That is a great. That's a pretty good render. I don't know what I don't know how to describe it, but shout out also to our draft graphics team. But congratulations.
Onion Knight.
You know, it's not my genre, so it's new to me. That's my excuse. I'm gonna stick with it. Congratulations, Muford, heading to the Firehawks at number 23. And now we go to Louisville at number 24. And with that 24th overall pick, they will select Jimmy Benico, starting pitcher, user Sauciest Moose. A quote from Louisville. As previously stated, we need starters. When we had the 20th pick, we only needed to replace one starter. Then a call up of our ace put us in a panic. Luckily, we were still able to draft the player we wanted at 20, but at 24 instead. But also was able to get another pick swap from number 39 to number 33 as well. I had a great conversation with Jimmy and found out he came over from the MLN. So they're already familiar with fake baseball. Very easygoing and is very active so far. We felt lucky to get this player here. So congratulations, Sauciest Moose at number 24 overall. And now number 25 and LP.
So number 25 kind of came down to a point of, well, we had filled all of the holes on offense that we needed to. And one thing that you'll learn quickly in the minors for all you new folks is you can never have enough pitching. So our next pick here is going to be Mr. Rafi Benitez, starting pitcher, who we, I know Southwark talked to a bit. I tried to reach out to, and I see he's in there in the old watch party now. So hopefully we can get to talking to him soon. But one of those guys that I think may unfortunately just have missed my Discord message. But hopefully to get them on, and I see they were already doing stuff on the forum. So I'm super excited to get another starting pitcher into the mix there in Florida.
Congratulations, Rafi Benitez, number 25 overall to the Flamingos. And we go to number 26 and Dag.
All right, I was told that I have to do a good job with this one, so I'll try my best. With the 26th pick in the draft, the Kansas City Hepcats will select Matsui Hidari, left fielder, user North the Greatest Showman. This was someone who we were genuinely surprised fell to us at 26. We kind of had to operate out of the back half of this draft because we didn't have the first, and our second was, of course, JJ. So this we really had to hit on this pick, and I am fairly certain that we did. He seems like a great user. Has already written a lot of media. Has an interesting build for sure, but I think we really need a DH, and they seem interested in playing there, so they should hopefully fit right in. I'm really excited to get them on the team. I have them on the team. Sorry, they're on my team now. Damn it.
Congratulations, Matsui Hidari, number 26th overall to the Kansas City Hepcats. And real quick, thank you, Mio, for those gifted subs to Arctic 770, Charlamander, Pop Stars, um, Jazech, and Sushi McMochi. Appreciate those gifted subs from Mio. And we get to the Anchorage Wheelers at number 27 overall. And with that pick, they select Bobby Walk, starting pitcher, user Mitch Moore, 41. A quote from the Wheelers: well, when we were on the clock for 27, we ran to the podium. Bobby Walk fits everything we are trying to do out here in Anchorage. We love when our starters can limit base runners and eat innings, two of Bobby's best qualities. We're excited to see Bobby put on the purple for over 150 innings next season. So, congratulations, Bobby Walk, number 27 overall, to the Anchorage Wheelers. And that is your third round for our draft this evening. But we still got more picks to go as we go to the fourth round. And the Kingpins are on the clock to start off the fourth round. And with that 28th overall pick, they select They select, there we go, Gavin Latch, second baseman, guy on the internet 2000. A quote from the Kingpins: honestly, I think we might have pulled the wool over some teams here with this selection. We had a really high grade on Latch, but we were trying to snag a pitcher with our pick swaps we made. But we just felt that there was no way we were going to pass him up this late in the draft. One of those players that you draft them first and figure out how you'll set up the lineup later. Really excited to have drafted them. So, congratulations, Gavin Latch, number 28 overall, to the Chicago Kingpins. And 29 overall is also the Kingpins, but I believe there was a trade involved for 29, if I'm not
Yeah, it
mistaken.
actually was both trades. It was the Swifties. We sent both those fourth rounders for a future pick because we wanted to make sure that we weren't going to be caught off guard if we lose like 10 players next year via call ups. But it's backfired because this was already a great pick for the Kingpins, and I think their next pick is pretty good too. So much good depth in this draft class. A very nice win-win trade there. The fourth round swap for a future third is what the draft slide would have said, but sadly it wasn't time for trade slides, I don't think. It was a late draft because of so many players, but yeah, great picks for Chicago.
Well, with that
And
29, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, shout out to the graphics team because yes, this
Mhm.
draft went way too long. So congrats to you guys on doing as well as you did for this. Because I mean, as we see every season, but I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not. Every season, these draft graphics guys just do so good with all these renders. Part of the best part.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
nobody
that's like you said
noticed.
with the minors, it's so quick. So that turnaround is amazing.
I didn't have a
And we also
chance.
all have
Go
to
ahead.
take blame sometimes when we take a long time with our picks. They're even more on the clock than they normally are. So shout out the draft graphics from Orbiting Death's Anik cameos to all the new people who are making draft graphics as well. So we love y'all, respect y'all, and excited every year when the draft pulls around.
It's funny you say that. I was about to say, I don't know if anybody noticed the render on the number one overall pick. I didn't hear any of you say anything, and I wasn't paying attention to chat. Don't know if anybody
Who
caught
is
it.
there? You didn't hear me say about how Anik's a lemur
Who's
now?
Anik?
Where?
Who?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't know who that is either. Parquad, do you know?
He's dead to me.
True. It's okay. Give me a hug. I've dealt with Anik abandoning my team as well.
Makes your power.
Maybe listening is hard sometimes, I tell you. With that 29th overall pick, the Chicago Kingpins select threes, twos, starting pitcher, user threes, twos. A quote from Chicago: and here's your aforementioned pitcher. We lost Jay Blanco to call ups, so obviously we were looking to add a pitcher. But this hitting class was exceptional, and our hitting core so depleted to the point that we needed to focus there. However, we did want to snag at least one starting pitcher, and twos was someone we really liked, and it once again lined up perfectly. They'll be a fantastic fixture in our rotation for a few years to come. So, congratulations, threes, twos, heading to Chicago at number 29. And now we go to the Lemurs at number 30. With that 30th overall pick, the Lemurs will select Chris Cash, user Star Nebula, a starting pitcher. Quote from Louisville. This was the other pitcher we were looking at number 24, but somehow lucked out again, and we were able to pick them up at number 30. When I spoke with Star Nebula, they indicated they wanted to create a pitcher that rarely walks people, doesn't give up homers, and pitches most of the game. I enjoyed speaking with them and am confident they'll be a starter on this team for the next few seasons. This user actually found the PBE organically by catching a few streams for drops, and I thought it sounded interesting. I thought that was very cool. Welcome to Louisville, Star Nebula, and Chris Cash at number 30 overall. And now Zodiac and the Dillos at number 31.
Yeah, honestly, everyone's saying they're still finding their people in the fourth round. We're the same way. It's been a super deep draft class. And at number 31, we've taken Bambi No, the person who, by the time her career is done, you'll be thinking of her as Bambino rather than that other guy in that old league. We had a great chat, and I'm super excited to get them in the locker room and get them in the lineup.
Congratulations, Bambi No. As much as I want to say Bambino myself, congratulations, number 31 overall to the Dillos. And now with the 32nd overall pick, the Firehawks will select Big Red Rock Eater, catcher, user Schoolboy Shoe, longtime GM in the PBE. Congratulations, Shoe, at number 32 overall to the Firehawks. And now number 33, the Louisville Lemurs are back on the clock. With that selection, they pick Ryan Sugasawa, left fielder, user Dodger Life 2020. A quote from Louisville. Uh, I honestly don't understand how we were able to get Dodger this late. If we weren't in desperate need for pitching, we would have picked them up earlier in the draft. Luckily, we were able to address our pitching needs and get a great recreate user this late in the draft. Ryan will play DH for us right out of the gate. I had a great conversation with Dodger, and we're very excited to get them to Louisville. So, congratulations, Dodger Life, heading to the Lemurs here in the fourth round. And with number 34 overall, we go back to Lord Parquad.
Yeah, so this was kind of again got to the point of where our offense was full. So this was another pitcher pick, and unfortunately, I don't think Southworth and I were really able to get in contact with. So we're kind of hoping he does, see trying to come back. But this is going to be pitcher Colt Falcon, relief pitcher here. As you know, as I said with our last pick with Rafi, you really can't have enough pitching here in the minor leagues. So Colt, we're hoping if he's able to join us and have a good time with us in Florida. So it's gonna be another fun one of just we need more arms. So while these drafts classes are so large, let's just get some arms in it.
Congratulations, Colt Falcon, number 34 overall to the Flamingos. And number 35, Kansas City and Dak.
Yes, with the 35th pick in the Season 48 Miners draft, the Hepcats are going to select Jose O'Reilly, who is a relief pitcher, user by Army Tank. This was, I think, one of the earliest creates in the whole draft, actually. And you can't go wrong with a reliever. I think that was definitely one of our bigger holes. We had some good contributions from Overdue. at our stopper position, but really just don't have the depth that we wanted to at reliever. So, I think whenever a reliever creates, being on waivers through the draft, people are always going to take notice, and it's always going to be considered a safe pick for people. So, yeah, we're looking forward to have this player. We have this player.
Congratulations, Jose O'Reilly, number 35th overall to Kansas City. And the Wheelers will have the 36th selection here in the draft. And they will select Zach Lay, catcher, user Zach Lay. I don't have a quote from the Wheelers, unfortunately, but I will say congratulations to Zach. Had great render too, getting that purple. I see that even the little Wheelers on the sleeve there. But congratulations, Zach Lay, number 36 overall to the Wheelers. And that is your fourth round for our season 48 minor league draft. And we head to the fifth round, starting off at 37 and Punk.
So with number 37, right before this pick, we had lost another call up, so we were kind of scrambling trying to figure out which direction we wanted to go. And so we ended up going with the King, center fielder by King Than. They definite power freak build, so they should be able to fill in our right field hole that happened right then. And so we're excited to see how they do, and we've noticed him in Twitch chat during the prospect stream, so we're excited to bring him in, and hopefully he can make us all nights.
Congratulations, the King, number 37th overall in the draft, and the Swifties at number 38.
Yeah, just kind of woke up from the nap. It was a long wait. But yeah, it's a very deep class, so we did have a fifth round pick. And there were less active users, but we found someone who we hope can make sort of return to activity. Someone who's already made a couple of posts, and someone who can help fill in an infield position that we did need a replacement for. We went for an extremely talented pirate, even though he is kind of mediocre as a pirate. He is the best pirate you'll hear of, Jack Sparrow. Hopefully, Texas FM can hop in and join the war room. Uh, at this point, it's kind of a shot in the dark with some of these users, but we feel that there's a slight better percentage for Jack Sparrow, and we'd love to have the best pirate on the seven seas with the Swift Steeds.
So many puns. So many puns. Jack Sparrow, congratulations on heading to the Swifties at number 38. And we get to number 39 and the Kingpins. And with that pick, they will pick Luigi Macaroni, center fielder, user NDIT. Actually, shout out to the draft graphics team for finding a brand of pasta that actually had Luigi in it. But congratulations, NDIT, number 39th overall to Chicago. And now number 40, Zodiac and the Dillos.
At number 40, we went with another pitcher who was still on the board. We went for AJ Dudney, starting pitcher. We talked a little bit with him through the draft process, but seemed like the conversation kind of stalled out at some point. Really hoping he sees this and still wants to hop in, join the locker room, and give the league a chance.
Congratulations, Gumbo, number 40 overall to the Amarillo Armadillos. And now the Firehawks at number 41 will select Rusty Shackelford, starting pitcher, user Rusty Shackelford. So congratulations, Rusty, number 41 overall to California. Number 42 overall will go to the Chicago Kingpins, and they will select Tony Caruto, left fielder, user Sleepy Toad. Congratulations, Tony Caruto, number 42 overall to the Kingpins. And now number 43, the Florida Flamingos and LP.
Well, as I had said, we didn't have any more holes for bats as we got lucky enough to now every spot in our batting lineup is full of active players, and there were no longer any pitchers. So we at this point did something very rare in the minors. We passed on this.
So the Flamingos will pass Dag, number 44, and the Hepcats.
The Kansas City Hepcats really just reached down deep into the reserves for this one. All the think tanks that we have within our great war room really put our minds together, and we decided to take a big fat pass.
Great
That
minds
take-
think alike, brother.
You betcha.
The run up to that was amazing. I was filled with anticipation.
Because Parka's build up was great too, and I was like, oh, now I have to.
Yeah, now you can't just say pass.
Pass, yeah.
Welcome to the minor league draft where our passes are more exciting. Number 45 overall, the Wheelers will select Hogfeather Jones, right fielder, user Pierogi Addict, and my goodness, the render team is on it. The graphics team are on it. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I can unsee that. Congratulations, Pierogi Addict, at number 45 overall to the Anchorage Wheelers. And that is your 5th round for this draft. And that is it. That is everybody. But there's more. There is more. We have, I believe, 5 players who created. They just missed our draft cutoff. However, we can at least announce the first round of our waiver picks. So y'all will get to join your locker rooms tonight as well, along with the draftees of the night. Without further ado, the first waiver that we have tonight is going to go to State College. T-Stoles, any comments?
The funniest thing is this technically was the last waiver and only maybe an hour ago.
That's why I hesitated for a minute because I was like, well, first on the slides.
It's a merger of the Demons and Apex with the acquisition of Cortesi. I mean, Hall of Fame user, you can't really go wrong. We're excited to bring Cortesi into the Swift Steeds, and for their first non-pitching player, we hope they'll be able to hit some home runs and get cooking on offense, most likely at the hot corner, but maybe first base if Jack Sparrow comes back. We'll have to wait and see.
They did actually previously have a hitter in Nicky Dimes, but yeah, this is.
Oh, they did? Whoops. Yeah, I'm done.
Second, hopefully better than Nicky Dimes.
Yep.
I mean, good thing you're following after Anik and just lying and making false promises and all that.
Well, I mean, Anik taught me everything I know. Let's face it.
Fair.
That's true.
See,
true.
I'm just sitting here and just being like, this is a missed opportunity to make a comment along the lines of the other minor league teams should watch out because they're in danger. That was a big missed opportunity there.
It's only $1, so I don't know how
just
dangerous that is going to be.
Our next waiver tonight is going to go to the Wheelers. Logan James, I believe, starting pitcher, user Spidey35. So we'll be heading to Anchorage to be part of the Wheelers. Our third waiver to announce tonight is Punk. Do you have any comments?
With our history of the Bears, we have had a lot of users that have had food names. We had Mustard and Mustard. We had Josh Burger, Harry Cheddar. So having Taco join the team is going to be amazing, as now the taco truck outside will have an official player mascot. So we're super excited.
So would you say that the place to be every Tuesday from here on out is going to be the Bears Discord for Taco Tuesdays?
every Tuesday and every day of the week. We're always there.
Yes. There's never a bad time for a taco. I could not agree more. Congratulations, Taco, heading to the Bears, as we have, I believe, 2 more waivers to announce tonight. 1 or 2 more. The next waiver is going to be to the Lemurs. Another pitcher, I believe a starting pitcher, if I'm not, or I'm sorry, a relief pitcher, if I'm not mistaken, in Tim Westbrook, user Lemon Battery 13, heading over to the Louisville Lemurs. And I believe that might be the last one. That is the last one. That is your festivities for this evening.
There should be one more.
Oh, I guess there is.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
that's really weird. Okay, there is one more. I thought there was one more. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know why I got a gray screen there. Zach Mulder, Punk. Any more comments?
When we were having all the call-ups during the draft, we knew that Mulder was out there as a starting pitcher in the waivers, and we had the number 1 spot. So at least we were able to fall back and know that we were going to be able to add this other starting pitcher. And then also we have Brain that's part of our draft room and knows him from other leagues and told us the moment he was created that, hey, this is somebody, if you guys can get him, go for it. So we're super excited to bring them in also.
Congratulations, Zach Mulder, heading to the Bears. And this is the part of the stream where I'm going to regret my decisions and ask the GMs if they have any final comments while we relook at our unique cameo of the stream.
Actually, I do have a comment about the waivers recently because there was a bit of a battle for Taco in the morning. If you don't know how waivers work in the PBE, there is a there's a 24-hour period where teams can drop claims, but once that period expires, teams can drop a free claim for a player. And Taco managed to slip through the cracks. I'm a little surprised. If we weren't trying to get Danger Dollarson, Taco was high on our waiver board as well. But Brew City and Kansas City both had their eyes on Taco and were, I think, seconds apart in their claims. And ultimately, Taco joins the Bears. A great pickup. So that's just a cool little thing and kind of look behind the scenes, I think. That is cool just to mention. But
Yeah,
either
actually,
way,
it was exact same second. We just had like 100th of a second faster, so it was amazing.
yeah, like I was looking on the website because I had gotten up early. I
Very
was like, you
funny.
know what? If no one's picking them up, I might drop a free. Oh, 2 teams have already dropped claims at the exact same time. So yeah, I mean, just shows some of the dedications of these teams and how good this class is to get 2 GMs up so early in the morning to make that pick. Well, 3 technically, but they were up earlier.
That
Great, great. Thank you for watching, everyone. Good night.
Great way to end it. Great way to end it.
Yep.
The build-up was amazing.
That's
on
the
that one.
opposite of a Midwest goodbye if I've ever seen it.
Not doing that.
I guess we will in fact leave it at that before we don't need anybody getting in trouble tonight. We're all here for a good time. So that's the end of our festivities tonight. Don't forget we have some great stuff happening tomorrow. We have our award stream at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Don Marcus will be your host for that stream. And yes, KP, I cannot stress this enough. Even though it's on my channel, as much as I would love to do it on the actual PBE channel, but for those who don't know, we do have the community event tomorrow. I'm gonna be selfish and give myself a shout out because it is gonna be done on my channel, but it is a PBE community event. 3 hours worth of marbles if you want to join us for a pre awards kind of stream. You get 500,000 PBE dollars just for participating. And if you're a rookie that was in this draft or is maybe still waiting to be picked up on waivers, it is a rookie task. So, get a little extra money out of it too. But we do have those things going on tomorrow. So hopefully y'all will join on in for that. And don't forget we have spring training as well on Thursday and Saturday, and the Tahini is on Tuesday night at I saw Hummus in chat. I believe it's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully y'all get in your brackets too. Free money to get those brackets in, just for participating, and you could win $1 billion if you get a perfect bracket, which has not happened yet. And I know Hummus wants it to happen. And then all of a sudden, when it does happen, there's going to be somebody that's going to be like $1 billion.
It won't.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But with that being said, let's get a raid going. We're going to head on over to a fellow OOTP affiliate, who's doing some backyard project baseball in AZ Axel. I am nasbase for my wonderful GM friends. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we will see you all later. And we are